Good morning, my friends. This is Dr. Ginny Baro. In today's Start the Day with Ginny, I'm going to call you out as your coach. I'm going to take a stand for you. And the topic that I want to talk about today is really important. And that is, what is it that you have been putting off from doing because of it's too much? I don't know what's going to happen. It may succeed or may not succeed. It's too scary. There's too many unknowns. I don't know if I can do it. I don't know if I'm enough. All of those fears that creep in whenever you are looking to tackle something that's meaningful to you, but that has a hurdle, an obstacle in front of us. It's not easy. And by the way, if it were easy, everybody else will be doing it too, and it wouldn't be valuable. So today, as your coach for these next 5 minutes, I want to encourage you to think hard about what is it that I've been putting off, that I've been wanting to do, that I haven't tackled yet. And I come up with all kinds of excuses. There is no time. I have other deadlines. This is not that important. Or there's no way that I can accomplish this. How do I know it's going to be successful? All of those narratives that are happening in our head that we are stopping ourselves from taking the next step. So this is the coaching for you today, coming from yours truly. Whatever it is that you're trying to accomplish that may seem so huge because it's got so many multiple layers and dimensions and steps, the first step is to identify what is that next step. What is the first thing that I have to do to start on this path? This could be getting your master's degree. This could be finishing a project at home. There are many areas in our lives where we could also use this strategy that I'm about to help you with. So once you identify what is that first step, you create the first step that makes the most sense for you. I'll give you my example. When I wrote my book, Healing Leadership, it was published last April 2021, and I wanted to do the audiobook. And I thought, Ginny, just get the book out and then you worry about the audiobook. Well, this year I decided that it was time to work on the audiobook. And what was the first thing I had to do? I had to start looking into what does it take to do an audiobook? And so I researched what I needed to do. I found I had to get equipment, I had to get a studio or create my own studio in my house. I had to get the right equipment to get the quality sound that would be allowed for audiobooks. All of that was part of the research. Then once I had that information, I then had to look for the resources. So my first step was to do the research. And I did that at the beginning of the year. Now it's almost halfway through the year, and I have already recorded 27 chapters out of the 30 chapters in Healing Leadership. But what happened between recording the chapters and starting the first step is that once I began the first step, that led me to the next series of steps. I had the research. Now I had to find the sound engineer who could help me do my audiobook. So I began to check in with people that I knew from my network, and I began asking questions and finding out, I'm looking to record my audiobook. What are the possibilities? Long story short, in the process of doing this research and having conversations, my book coach, Martha Bolin, suggested that I reach out to Elias. And Elias is the gentleman who's helping me with my audiobook. Now, once I met up with him via Zoom, he laid out for me what the process would be, the equipment that I needed to have, which, by the way, I already had my Yeti microphone, how to set it up. He sent me pictures, he sent me videos. I set up my recording studio in my walk-in closet in my master bedroom upstairs. And so those are some of the pictures that I've shared with you already of me recording my audiobook in my closet. I share this with you because you can see through my example how me saying, yes, I'm doing my audiobook, taking the first step of doing my research, that led me to the next step, which was to get the equipment, and then to the next step, which was to set up my studio in my house, which led me to the next step, which was to sit down and start recording, which led me to the next step, which was to edit and do the things that Elias and I are doing together to create the audiobook. But you see how if I had stayed in, oh my gosh, I don't know how to do an audiobook. It's just too many steps, too many things. I don't have the time. That if I stay there would be no 27 chapters recorded for the Healing Leadership audiobook. And here's the other piece that's extremely important in order for you to accomplish whatever it is that you're trying to in your career or in your personal life. Put it on your calendar. I know, genius. Not really, right? Put it on your calendar. Every morning after I finish my workout, I have on my calendar, record audiobook. 1 hour a day. And if I have more time, then I'll give myself more time. 1 hour a day. So what does that do? It builds the structure for success so that I can take action and stay in momentum. So back to how important it is for us to start. Starting is the first thing that we need to do. My grandfather used to say something that was genius too. He said, in order to finish anything, all you have to do is start. Obviously, right? But he was so right. So if there's something you've been waiting for that you haven't tackled yet, that is meaningful to you, like for me, getting my audiobook out is meaningful because number one, I love the content of Healing Leadership. I think everybody needs to read it or everybody needs to listen to it. So I wanted to get it out into the world so that for those of you who would really appreciate audiobooks can have access to the audiobook. And the fact that I'm sharing it with my own voice, with my accent, with the funny words that I say, like focus. I don't know why I can't say the word focus properly, but I'm laughing at myself. I'm having fun. I'm going to get the audiobook out there in your hands. And that's so exciting to me. Similarly, what do you have going on? What is that project at work or at home that you've been postponing and delaying because it seems so unsurmountable? And as your coach today, I am giving you permission to start the first step and then to have the courage to continue and figure out the second step and to create and build a structure for yourself where you can stay in positive momentum. And every day you'll take one more step toward your goal. That's how we make it happen. And the more action you take, the more results you'll see and the more belief you'll have in yourself that you're on the right track. And if you have to pivot, you pivot accordingly. Most likely, I'm going to have to re-record some of my earlier chapters because I've gotten much better at it. I feel much more comfortable speaking into the mic, and I feel much more natural when I am reading the book for the audiobook of Healing Leadership. And as I conclude this quick video, I want to invite you to create the structure to help you and support you to grow and advance in your career as a female leader. And how am I going to do that? The week of July 11th, I am hosting a 5-day, 1 hour each day, Fearless Leaders Challenge. That's all I'm going to say. If you're interested in picking up the momentum in your career, identifying the challenges that you have, what is the compelling vision for the next 12 months, and what you need to do to retool, to advance and grow into more senior leadership roles, to be the better leader and the kind of leader that you know you have the potential to be, I invite you to visit fearlessleaderschallenge.com and register to save your virtual seat so you can join us the week of July 11th, 2022, along with other empowering and talented female leaders like yourself. And I would love to support you to create that structure and get the clarity that leads to power. You know where to find me, fearlessleaderschallenge.com. Live with purpose, live with joy.